Apple announcing this new $500 billion commitment that it'll invest here in the U.S. over the next 4 years. Includes building a 250,000 square foot data center in Houston set to open next year. Our Deirdre Bosa on today's Tech Check has how this new center fits into the overall boom we've been seeing, Dee. And as we know, Apple tends to do things their own way.
That's right, and they certainly are here, so it doesn't really fit into that picture how it's been developing over the last year or so, because the Apple data center is relatively small, suggesting that it's not building something for AI supercomputing clusters to train and run massive AI models. It's more likely a facility to support Apple's AI services, reinforcing its on-device strategy, where most of the processing is happening on iPhones and Macs rather than in the cloud. But there have been rising questions over AI spend from the hyperscalers that do build these superclusters and do need huge amounts of compute to host AI usage and applications. Now, the debate really broke into the open on Friday when TD Cowen released a channel check indicating Microsoft was canceling U.S. data center leases amid potential oversupply. Now, some took that as evidence of a bubble. If Microsoft, one of the biggest winners of AI demand, is pulling back, did the market overestimate near-term AI adoption and those cloud capacity needs? Well, this morning, a note from Jefferies shooting down that idea, citing Microsoft's investor relations team in Australia, refuting any change to their data center strategy. And they said that the TD report may have misunderstood Microsoft's definition of leasing. But I do want to flag this, guys, because this was less paid attention to. Earlier on in the week, here was Microsoft's CEO on a podcast.
They will be overbuilt. To your point about, you sort of said what happened in the .com era. Yeah. And I look at it and say, now the memo has gone out that, hey, you know, you need more energy and you need more compute. Thank God for it, right? And so everybody's going to race. In fact, I look at the number, it's not just companies deploying, countries are going to deploy capital. Yeah. And they will be clearly, like, I'm so excited to be a leaser because, by the way, I build a lot, I lease a lot. I am thrilled that I'm going to be leasing a lot of capacity in 27, 28.
So Nadella himself saying here that there will be overbuild, and that could suggest that this debate may not be over. He's saying that there is a cap on Microsoft's own capital expenditures, even as others, Project Stargate, perhaps most notably, even as they are ramping up. So in other words, and NVIDIA bulls may not like to hear this, but digestion, where it relates to data centers and compute, that's not a closed chapter yet. There's at least some acknowledgement in that some level of overbuild is inevitable, and that could just mean a more uneven ramp in spending. Certainly something to keep in mind as we head into NVIDIA earnings, guys.